everybody, it is Calxiyn here. If you guys... Alright, if you guys enjoyed this video, remember that you guys should become patrons over on Patreon.
I love how the take before this, the opening take before this, you were like, it's no good. And then the one where you're like...
It's because I was like, where's my back?
No,
like, where am I sitting? Anyways,
please continue.
So today...
There's nothing you want to bring up?
Oh, Patreon. Please. And also, in case people are like, Cal, but you're not wearing any Rooster Teeth merch. This is the jacket, but I'm like, BAM! Like, here's my, Blake and white shirt. Anyway, I have a blood test today, which is why I'm like a nervous sort of disaster.
It's so,
and like, I look like
so
ugly
easy.
And all that, so anyway.
It's so easy. If anything, I actively enjoy them, because it's like a roller coaster. You can just like look at the needle and be like, I'm fucking... extreme! Anyways, continue. So
today we are going to talk about Jaune. Which is surprising, considering how much we don't like to talk about Jaune.
Historically, we've avoided talking about Jaune.
Why Jaune is mad with Ozpin. Notes from my fairy tales class.
Yes, because...
I didn't pay a lot of attention, but no. What do you
mean?
Wait,
so is it from your...
No. I'm saying that while I went... No.
And you're like, what a...
what a coincidence!
What a fucking coinky
I'm saying that during my class, I wrote a script because...
Wow. They
were talking about Disney movies. I'm like, yeah, I already fucking know this, okay? Anyway, so...
Listen, you sluts, I've done field work!
Here is the theory. Okay? The blonde lady in the trailer is related to Jaune.
You think all blonde people are related?
No, but I wanted to do that before when we talked about her identity, but, like, we just didn't have time, because we were talking about her being Salem and the lover, like, we got distracted. And that was in the video about Ozpin's past lives.
I'm very upset
we
that
got
my
a little
flower
caught
crown is all
Oh,
washed out.
I noticed, but I didn't want to say anything.
Because you don't want to, like... You don't want to encourage my bad behavior?
No. Anyway. Okay. So, the blonde lady's related to Jaune, like an ancestor. So, people were saying, and I think this too, she's... Basically, the idea is that she was Ozpin's lover, or she was Ozpin's daughter, and then became the matriarch of the Arc family. Basically,
I think.
So what happened? This would go two ways. So King of Vale Ozpin marries the blonde, right? Marries the blonde lady. Then they have a daughter, and then she's on the battlefield, and that's why, like, you know. Jaune's like, oh, my grandfather was in the Great War, because that's how they would have met the princess of Vale. And then Jaune's grandfather would have... And then what if his sword
is, like, magical or something?
Well, that's, like, a whole other thing.
Okay, well, like, what if it's related to Ozpin?
That's the daughter one. The lover one is just that she married Ozpin, and then Ozpin died, and so she continued on her life. Does that make sense?
What if instead of a lover... she met IT Ozpin, and they were, like, very good friends. They're like, I love you.
But she's looking at the statue of the king.
Of the different one, right, yeah.
Yeah.
Never mind, I guess IT Ozpin isn't related.
No. So, basically, that's sort of the idea. So, it's either the daughter that would have went on to marry, you know, whoever the Arc... Because you would take the man's last name, right, in, like, a traditional...
Well, what if she kept
marriage
her own?
Or whatever. I mean, I don't know.
But it's
she
not
could
traditional marriage.
I know. Well, that's what I'm saying. There's no sexism in Remnant, apparently. Like, it's egalitarian. Is that what it is?
That's the word, egalitarian.
Yeah. So, like, I don't know if that's how that would work, but basically that...
Which makes sense then, like, RWBY would take her
Grandpa...
Daddy?
Grandpa Jaune Arc would have married Ozpin's blonde daughter, and then they would have had the Arc family, right? Or the other idea is that the blonde girl was in love with King Ozpin, but then Ozpin died and he went to another body, right? And so that she just moved on and married the Arc. Or she was the Arc, and then they built the Arc family. Not the Arc. You're not gonna laugh at that? Okay,
story.
Never mind.
Are you really whipping out those Old Testament jokes?
Yeah, exactly.
Like I'm a goddamn room full of, like...
Okay. Anyway, so this would be part of the reason why Ozpin let Jaune in a beacon, right? Because they're, like, kind of related in a weird way, right? And why, this will basically come up when Jaune confronts Oscar about Pyrrha or whatever. Because basically there's a scene in the opening where they're in the Mistral house, it looks like, and they, like, slam Jaune up against the wall. And a couple people were like, Cal, why didn't you talk about that? And I'm like, listen, I did a whole video about Jaune not liking Ozpin. We don't need to do another one. But... you know? Basically, I'm bringing it up now because what if Jaune confronts Ozpin about Pyrrha and Ozpin's like, let me tell you a story. And then, you know, we hear all this.
This is a story all about...
I knew you were gonna do that! I hate you on
and then he continued to tell me the story of the Ark of the Covenant, and then, like, the Ark that saved
Noah's
the...
Ark.
Yeah, there's several arcs in the Old Testament.
Yeah.
None of which pertain to RWBY. Which brings up my other point of why the fuck you bring them up.
What do you mean? I was trying to make a joke. I was trying to be funny. It just didn't work very well, did it?
Evidently not.
No. I love when people are like, oh, haha, like they'll quote you on something you say and they'll be like, this had me dying. And I'm like, why don't I have anyone dying? I want someone to die. Like, no.
I go for the low-hanging fruit. I went for the Will Smith sitcom from the 90s reference. You went for, like, you know... the story of Noah and the Bible and the Old Testament. You went high, I went low. I'm feeding these plebeians, these goddamn rats.
Anyway, what do you...
just want their shitty 90s reference cast down to them from on high. You went higher. They went over their head, I assume.
Me. Anyway, so what do you think about all this, Hunter? Because I really like the theory where it's the daughter of the king, and then she goes off and does her own thing, and she fights in the war, and that's how she meets the grandfather. Like, that's so cute!
This is
really cute.
This is finally the season where I think
we get to know things.
Where we're finally going to learn the history of Ozpin a little more concretely, and more that Ozpin was a dick.
Yeah.
Of some variety, so I feel like
he's even a dick
that woman is some woman scorn. I think the woman scorn is a trope that's just kind of but if they did it so if they did, how do you think they could do the woman scorn stereotype?
Oh, you mean like the lover thing, like going back to that?
So it's just like, I'm upset and I'm gonna. It's like that, I think but different and new, or just better.
Well, imagine this, right?
Shitty?
So Grandma Jaune is her name. Like, she's sitting around the fire, right? She's sort of this bitter old lady. She remarried, obviously. And so she's just, you know, she's telling the story, maybe not to Jaune, but to the older girls, like, I was in love with the king once, you know. He was gonna take me to be his bride, and then he died. Like, you know what I mean? Like, she's just really angry about it. You know what I mean? And she's sort of bitter like that. Like, she's like...
Then he died.
I know, and then I had to marry your grandfather! Like, she's just angry.
Look at him!
I think that would be kind of fun, right? Because... he's
a goddamn vacuo 7.
A vacuo 7?
It's like an Ohio 7 and a California 10.
What does that mean?
Listen, right, you go for high, I go low, just don't ask questions and let's continue to...
Is that like when somebody says you're a 10 out of 10, like you're hot?
Yeah, no, but California 10 is, because like a 10 in Ohio is lower if you're in California, because people are uglier in Ohio. Yeah. Okay. Which is rude to the people of Ohio. I've never been, but I assume you'd all be offended by that.
Okay. Sorry. But yeah, that's how I'd imagine them do it. Like, I was supposed to marry the king, and then the king married this bitch. Like, something like that if they were going to do a scorned lover of some variety.
Maybe not
scorned lover. Fucked off, right?
But I would like, scorned lover is so...
I think every lover is scorned, okay? Like, I think that every...
No! Yeah, you are scorned with all of your lovers. Because you batshit. Other people... aren't so... Actually, you know what? Yeah, that's right. You're the only person I've ever dated that I've stayed friends with afterwards.
Yeah.
Like, that's not a high... But here's the thing. You have stayed friends with more of the people you dated.
I've stayed friends with all of my exes, yeah. But I'm saying that I'm pretty sure that every lover is a scorned lover. That's what I'm saying.
Although
like,
I feel like
if you break up, like, it's never a good circumstance. I don't know.
I think it worked out for you. I'm not particularly scornful.
No. But I'm saying, like, in general...
What are you trying to tell me, Cal?
No. I just...
What did I do wrong?
Nothing.
Come on, what's so bad? What's so bad? Come on.
I meant more...
Really, I think because it's like, don't you hate it how every ex fucking, they suck dick from a straw? And I'm like, we used to, I mean, it was a while ago, but like, are you trying to tell me? I thought we were friends. Why do you gotta be a dick about it?
No, I didn't mean like that.
I
was thinking of my current situation more, but anyway.
Well, you're not lovers.
That's what I'm saying, but I'm still scorned.
Like, you're like scornful from a distance.
Yeah.
You never did much. You were a long distance. Like, are you in a long distance for like? No, I'm long distance scornful.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking maybe not less scornful, and maybe just like he left and then to start his fucking academies up while I was over here trying to, like, set up a nation.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
I
Maybe
feel
you can
that.
get more into the politics.
I really like it being the daughter better than anything, because I think that's so romantic.
That's an
like,
asshole.
oh, I met the princess on the battlefield as we were fighting for her kingdom, and then we fell in love and got married, and now you have my sword, John. Like, I like that. That's so cute.
Meeting someone on a battle. It's not like a bar. You're not looking good. You're like sweaty. You're
Maybe
bleeding.
That's what's attractive.
You're shaking,
right?
and you're fucking crazy because you just killed 6 people.
Maybe
you're like, you're just fucking friend or foe. And I was like, oh my god, he was so.
Like, the princess was like, oh, that's so sexy.
I
like,
knew
no.
he loved me when he didn't cut me open on a second thought on the battlefield after there's been a pile of bodies like 3 meters high and he jumped down on top of me, holding the knife over my neck, saying, are you fucking with Vacuo? Anyway.
Wait, but Vale fought with Vacuo.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. Are you friendly, or do I have to open you?
Oh no.
I just don't think that's a romantic place.
I think it's romantic. Okay.
Well, you have a... Well, evidently... I love how you're scornful.
I saw something in the news today, and it's gonna be a couple days old by the time this comes out, but I'm hoping to get this out on Friday, so it's whatever. So the princess of Japan renounced her royal status to marry a commoner. And I was like...
I saw that, and I was like, Japan has a royal family?
I knew that.
Didn't they get rid of that after the Second World War?
No.
It's no?
But yeah, what if it's like that? This is why nobody knows about the princess, because she renounced herself, like Ozpin's daughter or whatever, because she renounced herself to be with Jean Arc, and that's why nobody knew that she was like royalty in the Arc family. Yeah, his grandfather person. Yeah! I like that. Okay, sold. I'm sold. That's it. I convinced myself. Anyway, so I hope that you guys enjoyed this. If you guys did...
You come here often?
Remember that you guys...
What's your sign? Like,
Do they have the Zodiacs?
I don't think they have the Zodiacs.
That's like a whole other conversation. Anyway, we will see you guys later. I hope you guys enjoyed. And, Patreon stuff, please. I need new clothes. Really.
I think there's like
I went outside today and I was fucking freezing, and I don't know what's wrong with me, but I don't seem to understand how to dress for the weather.
Because other than that story, dating Pizza-ness happened, where like John Green sells shirts with his face on it with the words pizza underneath. Mm-hmm. So I might actually buy one.
Is it gonna keep you nice and warm?
Probably not. It's gonna make me look weird.
Never mind. But yeah, we will see you guys later. Bye. Thank you guys for watching the video. If you guys enjoyed, I encourage you guys to become patrons over on Patreon. Patrons get a lot of different rewards, ranging from early access to all of our videos up to a week in advance. $10 patrons actually get them sometimes weeks in advance, or even like a month in advance. It depends on how much we record for. But also, all of our patrons get access to our Discord server, which is really cool if you guys want to talk to us in a more direct way. I obviously hang out a lot there. And there are just a bunch of other rewards that you guys can check out on Patreon. You guys can sort of see for yourself, and if you want to support us, you want to help us out, you want to see more videos like this and want to help keep us going, you guys would really help us out. So yeah, I hope that you guys will consider becoming patrons, and I hope that all of our patrons enjoy seeing their lovely names at the end of the screen, because we couldn't do this without them. So I will see you guys later. Bye.